been married now for 16 years.
Yes.
And we've been going to ResLife for three
Close to 5 years.
Going on 4 years now. To give you a little bit of background, I was raised in a church, went to vacation Bible school, Sunday school, always had a home church. Knew people from when I was small all the way growing up. And
yeah, same for me. Grew up in a little church. We had, maybe 300-400 people there. Catechism, Sunday school, even Young Life through high school, and became a Young Life leader for a while.
Right.
And then life happened.
Yeah. So when we got married, it was always our desire to be part of a church family. We always wanted that. We had moved around to a couple of different states. I actually went down to Missouri and then back up to Michigan, but we never had really found a home church that we felt like we belonged to.
Right. When we've tried a lot of different churches. We tried different churches in Missouri. We didn't try too many in Lake Orion, but we drove back to go to church every once in a while with family. But we never had our own home church.
Yep.
And it wasn't until, I guess it was 2016, end of 2016, almost 2017, before we did find this church.
Yeah, Brandon was working at a sporting goods store here in town at the time, and kept coming home and saying, Pastor Ross and Pastor Paul from ResLife, they're so cool, and I went to lunch with them today, and just was coming home and telling me stories about them. And at that point, it was, we still definitely wanted to get in, engaged into a church, into a home church. We always had. We never had the desire to go by ourselves. Brandon would never go to a church by himself. I would never take the initiative to go to a church by myself. At the time, I was working in a position or in a job where sometimes I would have to work on the weekends. So if Brandon had wanted to go to church, he would have had to go by himself with our daughter. And there was sometimes when you were working at MC Sports that I would have had to go to church by myself too, and we never wanted to do that. But.
Right, and we tried other churches in town, and they were great churches. They just weren't home to us.
One day we were talking about church, and he said, I just really feel like ResLife is our home church. And I said to him, that's because you know everybody. You know a lot of people, and you have relationships with those people, and I don't know anybody. And I remember seeing the look on his face. It was surprising. It took him back, and realized that we hadn't become really involved or become available or open to helping out in the church.
Right. We didn't know other couples here. We just, every once in a while, we'd see people we know and stuff like that. But for the most part, we weren't involved in church. We didn't do anything in particular with the church. We just showed up every Sunday and did our thing and then left. 2019, where it was like, all right, you need to get involved. I think it was Pastor Ron. He was like, he goes, what do you guys do? What are you going to do? Or where are you going to work? What are you going to do for the church? We decided to greet. So then we went through the class.
Yeah, we went through the What's Next class, which was amazing for me. All of a sudden, I was connecting with the people from the class, and it was just so nice to be part of that smaller group, and then to be able to walk in on Sundays and see familiar faces and greet people. And then that's when it just became a real home family to me. And then, I'll never forget the first day that we greeted, just greeting people in and out of the door. And after that, my heart was just so full and just so happy. Like I really felt like this is home.
Seeing all the faces come in, all the kids come in, and that getting us involved that's been the best part of being part of this church family.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we made ourselves available, which is the reason why it happened. So.
Right. We just had to be brave and take that step out and start becoming involved in the church and be open and available.
My main thing is I would encourage people to just get involved.
Definitely join those small groups. Just put yourself out there. Sign up to volunteer, and that's what really.
Going to the church picnics, volunteer picnics, playing a little cornhole, a little frisbee, or just seeing just people who are like us. Just want to be Christ followers and enjoy life. Smile.